record as well. There we go. Okay, great. So I'm Sarah, and we've got half an hour of yoga today. We're going to finish up our foundational standing poses. So if you've been coming along, you'll know that we've been doing, various standing poses that you might recognize if you go to yoga classes, Warrior Two, Tadasana, mountain pose. And today we're going to look at balancing poses. So balancing on our feet, that will be. And we're going to start by lying down. So grabbing your yoga mat or your space, wherever you do yoga. We don't need, well, we'll maybe need some props. So have some things handy, but we'll take the feet to the floor and we'll lower ourselves back to the mat. Starting with the hands alongside the hips, lengthening the back of the neck, maybe tucking the chin slightly, pressing the low back into the floor. So just arriving on our mats, taking a few breaths, breathing in and out through the nose. Seeing if you can send the breath down into the belly, the side ribs, the back ribs. Exhaling the same way, deflating the belly, the ribs, chest. One more breath like that. And then we'll lift our right foot off the floor. We'll grab our front of our right shin and we'll draw the knee in towards the chest. So feeling a deep hip flexion here through the front of the right hip. Just feeling how that is. And then if you like, you can keep that left foot on the floor, knee bent, or we can extend the leg out along the floor. Start to take some of the challenge in through the front of the left hip. And the back, the low back may have lifted as we did that. Can we think about pressing it back down? Releasing into the lower back. And then we'll bring that right leg up, leg vertical, hands interlock behind the thigh. And we're not looking to pull that leg in. We're actually going to push the thigh away from us. See if we can get that leg vertical. The arms straight, the shoulders back and down, pressing towards the floor. Maybe we can warm up the foot a little, so point the toes, flex the foot, point, flex, point, flex. And then we'll take some ankle circles one way, rotating the foot, and then the other way. Bending that right knee back in, take the right arm out to the side, and then draw the knee over to the left, looking for a little twist. So that knee does not need to come down to the floor, it just needs to come down towards the floor. Keep the right shoulder rooted down. Maybe, if it feels okay, turn the gaze towards the right hand. Not staying here long. We'll inhale, come back to center, release the right foot down to the floor, bend the left knee in, and give that leg a hug into the chest. So again, feeling that deep flexion through the left hip, noticing how that helps release the low back into the floor. From here, if you want, walk that right foot out along the floor until the leg is straight. And that right leg is active. It's working. The foot is gently flexed, like you're pushing it into a wall or into the floor. And see how that's changed the low back. The floor gives us feedback here. So you can see, does one hip feel lighter or heavier or lower or higher than the other hip? What can we do to bring some evenness there? And then straightening that left leg up, interlocking the fingers behind the thigh, pushing the left thigh away from the face, reaching that foot up as if you could push it into the ceiling. Pointing the left toes, we'll flex the foot. Point, flex, point, and flex, and then taking some ankle rolls here, circling the foot one way, change direction, circling the other. And bending the left knee in, right hand to the left knee, left arm comes out shoulder height. And we draw the left knee over to the side, keeping the left shoulder down. Don't worry about that knee coming all the way down to the floor. Just looking for a little twist, release into the spine. Maybe turn the gaze with the left fingertips. Releasing there, drawing both knees in towards the chest. And we'll take a little roll, a little massage of the low back into the floor. And both hands come behind the thighs. And we're going to rock and roll back and forth along the spine. We're going to do this a few times, gathering momentum each time a little bit higher onto the sit bones. And then we'll come up to a seat after the next one and roll our way over onto hands and knees. Bless you, Kath. Then from here, we'll tuck the toes. We're going to push the hips high and back, finding our downward facing dog today. So maybe you've been sitting in a chair all day so far. The hamstrings are going to protest, perhaps, like mine are. So we're just wakening them up, maybe pedaling the seat. Maybe coming on to the tiptoes so you can push those hips nice and high, find the extension down through the spine rather than worrying too much about bringing the heels down. You can always take a child's pose here. Knees to the floor, sending the hips back. One more breath here. And then we'll walk our feet forwards behind our hands, walking them wider than hip distance and taking a forwards fold. So in Uttanasana, we're going to bend the knees and we're going to let the head go. So give it a shake, give it a nod, long through the back of the neck. The head is heavy, encouraging your body to fold in closer towards the legs. If you like, you can take a swaying motion side to side. And then we'll release the elbows, keep those knees bent, push into the feet, unroll the spine, one vertebra at a time, keeping the head, the neck, the shoulders down to last. Making our way up to stand. So we're going to look at our Tadasana. So coming somewhere on your mat where you can see the screen, we'll take the feet underneath the hips. And we want those second and third toes to be pointing forwards. So it's not actually the big toes, because that might mean our toes turn slightly out. We want the toes ever so slightly, well, the big toes closer than the heels, I suppose. So we could draw a line from the hips down through the knees, through the second and third toes. This is our Tadasana, our mountain pose. And we're standing strong. And this is going to give us a good solid base for our balancing poses. So looking down at the toes, we're going to lift them up. We're going to spread them out nice and wide and then place them back down one toe at a time. So really fan them out so you can see your mat or the floor through them. Take the gaze back forwards. We're going to play a little bit with distribution of weight in the feet. So very subtle rock forwards into the toes, then back onto the heels. And just play with that a little bit. Find that point where you feel the weight is equally distributed between the ball of the foot and the heel. When you find that, we're going to press those toes down. So if they started to grip, release it, press them, keep those toes long. The hands come down by the waist, maybe shrugging the shoulders back and down, loosening off, tucking the chin slightly, opening across the chest, lengthening the tailbone, softening if the ribs are protruding with that open chest. We're going to soften it back. Good. So from here, we'll inhale, take the arms out and then up and overhead, looking at active working arms. So if your arms need a little more distance away from the ears so they can be straight and strong, that's what you take. One more inhale, exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms wide and up. Exhale, we'll take them down. One more inhale Reaching up, stretching through the fingertips. Exhale, the arms come down. Now we're going to grab a prop of some sort. So something, I'm going to grab a book. You can grab your phone. You can grab something that's like book-sized or smaller. It doesn't really matter what. And we're going to play around a little bit with our balance and some squats, some leg work, because you'll find your balance comes a lot easier whenever we turn on the muscles of the legs. So I've got a book. You can have, like I said, anything you want. A glass of water if you want to make it fun. Your phone, another book. And we're going to inhale and lift our right leg off the floor. Now, this might already be a challenge. If it is, grab a wall, grab a radiator or a windowsill or a chair, something to help you just have something there when you start to lose the balance. Good. So we're balancing. We're thinking about pressing into that foot. This leg is just like our Tadasana. It's strong. It's straight. It's lifting up through the leg. And we're going to take our book or whatever you have, and we're going to bring it under the leg. And then we're going to bring it back behind the other leg. And we're going to draw a circle of 8 just by passing the book from one hand to the other behind both of the legs. Now, don't think about it too much, because if you do, you'll get very confused. And it's not that tricky. So just go with it, that figure of 8, and you'll find you're going to come down. That's like a little mini one-legged squat. And then you'll come back up. And we're going to switch the direction. So go the other way. So passing that book underneath the legs, behind both legs. So we're coming down and then back up. And before you know it, we've done a couple of dozen squats, one-legged squats, and you don't even really notice that much. So release there, shake it off if you do feel, oh, that was hard work. We're going to inhale, lift the left leg up now. So it's the same thing. Grab your item, and we're going to start passing it behind the thighs. So trying not to lose the open chest as we come down, which is what we want to do quite naturally. See if you can be wide across the collarbones. And then we're going to switch hands. So go the other way. Again, don't think about it too much. Just switch whichever direction your 8 was going in. Oh, starting to feel it. Good. And if you've got the wobbles are great. The wobbles are how we learn balance, how we strengthen the feet, so leg muscles. So if you come out, just come back. It's all good. Leaving it there. Again, we'll shake it off. We can put down our item. So here, we're going to take it into another little squat. Okay, so we're going to go to our chair pose. And we're not going to go that deep. We're just going to bend the knees here, take the hands to prayer. Think about drawing the belly button in, and we don't want to be going too deep because we're going to be here a little while. So a little bend to the knees is all you need. And all we're going to do is, again, play with that balance. So we're going to lift the right foot, tap it out. Bring it in, tap it out. And it's just the toes, just the toe that is tapping. If you want more challenging, more distance, tap it further, lift it higher, tap it further. Or if you just want to play with it, it's a little tap, maybe even just a drag of the toe. Good. So feeling those thigh muscles working, those feet are working as well. And then we'll release, other side. So we're going to squat down, bend the knees just a little, and make sure the knees tracking over the toes here so they're not falling in or way out. And again, we're going to lift the left foot, tap it out. Keep both knees bent, tap it out. You choose. This is yogi's choice. You're in complete control with how far you want to go. And you can be holding a chair, holding a door or a wall, whatever you like. What we're doing is we're just getting those leg muscles activated, and then that's going to make our balance easier because the legs will be doing their part. Releasing there. Well done. And we're going to shake it off. Coming to the top of our mats now, we're going to take it into a bit of a flow with some balance. So have fun. If you fall over, it's all good. Just join back in. Starting on the right side first, as we inhale, the arms come up, right leg comes up as well. Then we exhale, we're going to twist to the right. So open the chest in towards that bent leg, stretch the arms out wide. Inhale, back to center. And then we exhale with as much control as we can. We're going to step that right foot back, bring the hands down. You can bend that left knee as much as you like, coming to a lunge with the hands down. Option to drop the back knee, or we inhale, lift the arms up into our crescent lunge. So bending into that front foot. Inhale here. Exhale, the hands come down. We plant the hands, step it back, downward facing dog. Staying here just for one breath. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Step the right foot forwards now. Coming up to our crescent lunge again. So the arms reach up. Option to drop that back knee. Exhale here. And then we inhale. We're going to step it forwards. Now, if you need, you can tap that foot down, or you can lift the left leg the whole way through. And then we exhale, hands to prayer, and we're going to go for a figure four. So I'm going to show here. So that left ankle comes above the right knee, and we squat down. So it's like you're making the figure four with your legs. Good. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, release. Well done. Going to do that on the other side. So inhale, arms up, left leg up. Exhale, twisting left. Open the arms wide. Stretch across the pectoral muscles. Inhale to center. Exhale, we lunge back with control, bringing the hands down, keeping that right knee bent. Send that foot back slowly as you can. And then inhale, lift the arms back to our high crescent lunge. Exhale, we're going to drop the hands down, step the foot back, downward facing dog or child's pose. Taking a breath here. Inhale, releasing through the back of the neck, tuck the chin slightly. Exhale, draw the belly button in. Inhale, look forwards, bend the knees. Step that left foot forwards, give it a hand up. If it wants it, option to drop the back knee. Lift the arms, maybe lift the gaze. Inhale here. Exhale. And then we'll inhale forwards again. Right foot comes up. And then exhale, hands to chest. Coming into that figure four. So the right ankle above the left knee now. And we squat down, encouraging that right knee out to the side. Inhale. Lift, exhale, release. Good. So we'll do one more either side, adding a little bit more in our warrior two. So we'll inhale, this time lift the left leg up. Exhale. We're going to open the twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, lunging back, sending that left foot back with control. Option to drop the back knee. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, drop the back foot, bending into the front knee. Warrior two. We open the hips to the left side of our mat. Maybe turn the gaze over the front fingertips. Now look down. See if you can see the right big toe inside the knee. And then we're going to lift the heel on that right foot. Place it back down. Now lift the toes. Place it back down. One more time. We're going to lift the heel. And then we're going to lift the toes. Now, as we place the toes back down, keep pressing evenly into the ball of the foot and the heel. This is our balanced foot that we want, that even distribution of weight between ball and heel. As we exhale, the arms come down and we step back, downward facing dog or child's pose. Take a breath here, inhale. Inhale into the back body. Exhale, shoulders away from the ears. And inhale, look forwards. Step that left foot up. Option to take the back knee down. Raising the arms up into our crescent lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, warrior two. So opening the hips to the right side of the mat. Opening the chest. Very open widthways now, looking to the left fingertips and checking you can see that big toe inside the left knee. Let's go for that lifting of the left heel now. Drop it down, lift the left toes. Heel, bring it down, toes. And as you bring those toes down, spread them wide, pressing into that foot like we did before. So even distribution through the toes, through the heel. Inhaling. Exhale, the arms come down, step it back, downward facing dog. Taking a breath. Inhale. Exhale. And bend the knees. Walk the feet forwards to the hands. Forwards fold. Inhale, hands to shins. Halfway lift, lengthening the spine. Exhale, fold. And then we inhale, reaching up, looking up. And exhale, release. Good. So we're going to come to workshop our balance a little more. So I want you to find some sort of surface that is at or below hip height. And if you have it, a strap is a great thing here as well. If you don't worry, I'm not going to be using one. So I could use my desk, perhaps. I could use the arm of this chair, which is where I think I'm going to go. You could use a windowsill or a radiator or just the seat of a chair. See how you feel. So we're going to take our left foot first and point the second and third fingers, toes, not finger, toe fingers, towards the surface that you're going to put your right foot up on. So make sure that foot is pointing forwards. It likes to point out as we balance. The toe likes to turn out, the hip, the whole leg likes to turn out because that makes it all easier. So we're going to keep those toes pointing forwards, and then we're going to bring that right foot onto our surface. So your leg doesn't need to be straight. You can keep a bend in the knee if the hamstrings are screaming. Hands to the waist for now. So we're thinking about our Tadasana again. So the strong lifted leg. What are the toes doing? Are they gripping? Are they clenching for dear life? Can we just lengthen the toes? Press into the floor. Finding that lift. And then, if you like, you can come forwards here as well. So we can reach and we can have as much of a bend as we want into the knee or not. We can work with a straight leg if we like. We're going to lead with the chest and reach forwards for that foot or for the ankle or the shin, wherever you can grab. With the key thing being that we're not rounding, we're not hunching and leading with the head. We're thinking about the chest forwards, belly button drawing in, drawing the chest through the arms. Holding here. And then we'll release. So that right foot comes down. Again, find those second and third toes pointing forwards, and then taking the left foot up onto your surface. That standing leg strong, tailbone lengthening. Headlights on the hips. If we had them, they'd be pointing forwards, not down, and not kind of back. So we're standing tall, strong, drawing the belly button back, lifting through the inner groins, and lengthening the tailbone. Hands to the hips. Squeeze the elbows back, which helps open the chest. Gentle tuck to the chin, lengthening through the back of the neck. And then if you want to bend the knee, you can as we come forwards, leading with the chest, walking our hands somewhere down the leg, maybe to the foot. But wherever you are, it's that straight spine that we're working on. The leg is active, so the foot gently flexed, toes coming back towards you. Shoulders away from the ears. Feel the lift of the kneecap on that standing leg. That's how we know those muscles haven't gone to sleep. And then we'll come up and release. Okay, so we're going to try for a balance just like that in the middle of the room. So grab your wall if you want it, or your chair, whatever you need to stabilize you. And we're going to lift the right leg up. Now, options here. So the left hand comes to the hips. Options are right hand to the knee, and we can hold here. Or we can go for the more traditional standing option where we reach for maybe the shin or the foot. Foot is the ideal, really, or even the big toe. If you want to wrap the fingers around the big toe, you can do that. We're going to grab for that foot, and then we're going to look. Can we push that foot away from us? And trying to keep our chest lifted. So as we do this, again, we want to crouch in. We want to kind of lead with the head. But can we think about opening the chest here, pushing that foot away? The knee can be as bent as we like. This leg, the top leg, doesn't really matter. What the bottom leg is doing is what matters. So we don't want a bent knee. We want that leg strong, straight, lifting that kneecap up again and drawing the chest back and up. If you want to work towards straight leg, you can do that as well. But keeping that knee bent is enough of a challenge. One more inhale, and we'll exhale, take it out to the side. So if you're holding your knee, still works for you. We're going to open the hip out to the side, and this is just a bit of an evil extra challenge on the balance. If you've got the foot, it's going to be really hard, and we'll release. Well done. Other side. So we're going to get those right toes pointing forwards, keeping them there as we lift the left leg up. Right hand to the waist, elbow drawing back, and we can grab for the left knee. Or if you want that challenge, you can reach towards the left foot, maybe the outside of the foot, maybe the big toe. Here, again, pushing that foot away from us. Don't worry if you fall over. The wobbles are great, like I said. Work with the wobbles. Pushing that foot away from us. Keeping the chest lifted, trying to draw our torso vertical rather than just hunching forwards. One more inhale. And as we exhale, opening that left leg out to the side, just for fun. If you got the hand on the knee, that's great. You're going to find it a lot easier than if the hand's on the foot. So we're opening it out. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to center. And then release. Well done, everyone. Tough work on the legs today. So we're going to turn the toes out and then nice and slowly make our way down into a low squat. So just bringing the bum down towards the floor in whatever way you can, and then coming to sit. Our counter pose for today is going to be a diamond forwards fold. Take the feet together, a good distance away from the groins, and then the hands come onto the legs somewhere, and we look for a forwards fold. Don't worry about the back being straight. You can let the head come down, the back round as we come into a forwards fold with a big stretch through the outer thighs especially. We've been working the hips, the thighs a lot today. So this is how we'll find a little release using the breath. So starting to deepen the inhale here and the exhale. Breathing in and out through the nose. And as we exhale, can we find a little more release through the hips, through the outer thighs? As we inhale, pushing the breath into the back ribs, the side ribs. Letting the head be heavy. 2 more breaths like this. And then pushing yourself up nice and slowly to come to a comfortable seat of your choice. So taking the hands to Anjali Mudra, heart center. Maybe closing the eyes. And we'll finish our practice by turning the attention inwards. So notice how the body feels. Maybe giving it a quick scan from the head down to the feet. Noticing where you feel different. And then taking the attention to the mind. Just noticing what's changed over your practice. Maybe find some quietness there. Perhaps a little less busy or chaotic since before we started. Bowing the head, give yourself a smile. And then let that travel the whole way through you. And take it with you today. Thank you, everyone. Good to see you. If you've got any questions, let me know. Next week, I'm actually away again, I'm afraid. But we'll be back after that. And December is going to be great. It's going to be loads of fun. Gavin will tell you what we did last time with the Christmas stuff.
It was
great,
good.
Yeah.
Where are you off to next week, Sarah?
It's for work, so it's Birmingham. It's not quite as
glamorous.
But yeah, I've not been to Birmingham that well. I haven't been there for at least 5 years, so I get to see another city.
Okay. Well, listen, thank you. I needed that today, so thank you. It was great, and good to have you back, and we'll catch up soon.
Yeah, good to see you, Gavin.
Thank
nice
you.
Seeing you, Jenny.
Be safe.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.